I've never had a problem with gender equality, and I just thought you'd like to hear that story.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm going to call you Dr. Flynn. It just bothered me.
Fine.
Dr. Flynn, remember the question?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Restate it.
Restate. Okay. A few weeks ago, the UN elected Iran to be a member of the Council of Women, which, according to its website, is dedicated exclusively to gender equality and advancement of women. What is your view on this issue?
To have Iran on the committee for gender equality is not short of ridiculous, it's ridiculous. Because we all know their treatment of women. We all know that women are treated as property. Women are not treated equal. Sanctions against women, things that go on that we just know the tip of the iceberg. As far as women equality, that's my job. As ultrasound, I do women's imaging. It's a lot of ultrasound and a lot of mammography and things like that. I have learned women need equality. I think we have it. But I think any step, putting Iran on that committee, is a step backwards. I don't think the UN is thinking right, putting them on that committee. And I would be for getting them off of that committee and having nations on that committee that are more for female equality in this world. Thanks.
Okay. Next question is from Mr. Smith.
You don't want me to answer that one, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. I think it's a joke, to be honest with you. The UN's a joke. It's a cabal of dictators who fleece us for money, and quite frankly, I'm tired of being in the UN. I'd like for the United States to withdraw, and I'd like for them to kick the UN out of our country. Thank you.
Okay. The next question is specifically for the Fincher surrogate. You called EWG.org a, quote, website run by liberals, unquote. Since then, they have challenged what they call your socialist leanings. Is this simply a case of it takes one to know one?
Did you know that Tennessee has 2 S's in it?
Okay. Righty. Next question will be for Dr. Kirkland. It's a tax reform question. What is the difference between the fair tax and the flat tax? This is actually a 2-part question. Will you co-sponsor either or both of these ideas? And there is no wiggle room here. We need I will co-sponsor or I will not co-sponsor.
I think there's a good bit of confusion between these two, and I hope I don't get them backwards. I really do. The flat tax has to do with the similar tax that we have now, which is an income tax, but it would be at a flat rate, and I think Steve Forbes has suggested 17% on everyone. It would start at a certain level in our country, and I guess that would be debatable at what level that it would be. But it would be a similar tax to what we have now, but it would not be progressive. Everyone would have the same tax rate. The fair tax, on the other hand, is a totally different type of tax. It's a tax on consumption in this country. And if we have a fair tax, a tax on consumption, in my mind, it has to be coupled with a repeal of the 16th Amendment, which allows the federal government to collect income taxes. Because you cannot allow the federal government to have their hands in both your pockets at the same time. And that's exactly what we'd end up with. So I'm looking at both. I think I would be favorable to either one. What I'm disfavorable for is the current tax system that we have. And this onerous, burdensome IRS that is looking into our lives and is peeking into our bank accounts and is doing things that are patently unconstitutional, I think, on itself. We need to eliminate the IRS and the large burden of money that goes to support it and go with one of these plans, and I'm open to looking at both of them.
Okay. Dr. Flynn.
What we do need, and everyone in this room knows we need, is tax reform. some type